This is true. University of Texas, a couple of years ago, one of the chemistry majors did a study on all the chemicals in some of the fast food, right? It made national news because she found an ingredient in McRibs also used to make exercise mats. That's true. That's so gross. And if you're in here tonight and you eat McRibs, you're probably like, what is an exercise mat?
Like, the more someone tries to convince me of something, the less I believe them. Every time Wendy's has a commercial, like, we use 100% real chicken. I'm like, I thought you did. Now I'm not so sure. Why do you have to advertise 100% chicken? Never frozen. It is definitely frozen. I'm ordering it at 1 a.m. I hope you froze it. It's just been sitting there all day.
I think it's too easy to eat terrible. That's what I think it is, you know? Because it wasn't that long ago where it's like, you want to eat bad, you got a couple places you can go to. Now they compete with each other to see who can offer something worse for you. Wendy's has a sandwich called Son of Baconator. Their food is having kids when they're closed. Do you understand how bad that is for you? That's how I order it too. I'm like, give me a Baconator and one of his children. I don't know. You got a boy? They usually taste better.
Last time I was in Florida, this is real. By the way, this is Googleable information after the show. I'm in Florida. I'm walking past a newspaper stand. I look into the stand. The headline on the newspaper reads, "Local man robs Wendy's with alligator." What did you just say to me? I read it, I still said that out loud. It was incredible. Oh, and also, oh yeah, that's all you want to say? You don't want to add any more to that? Like, I don't know, maybe tell us if the alligator was an accomplice or a weapon? How about that? For real. Did this guy rob a Wendy's with an alligator, or did this guy rob a Wendy's with an alligator? There's a huge difference. Did he start a gang with an alligator, throw a bandana on it? He's like, we're the alligator boys now. Let's get to a Wendy's and make this official. No. So, this is how, I bought the paper and I read the article, and this is real. He used the alligator as a weapon, okay? And when I read that, I was like, did he at least hold it like a gun? Right? He didn't. He threw it through a drive-through window. Yep. Didn't see that one coming, did ya? You know who else did it? The lady at the drive-through. So many things have to happen before you can even throw an alligator. You have to find it in the wild? Also, by the way, how horrible is Florida that there is just alligators available to you? What was even his qualifying material? Was he looking for a specific type? Or did he just, the first one he saw, he was like, this is the one, and he took it? That was it? So this is real. This happened in Florida, a place connected to the United States, where we are all living currently. A grown man with a driver's license found an alligator that day. He didn't even build a relationship with it. He takes his new alligator and he seatbelts it into the backseat of his car. I assume. I just have no idea how else you keep it from getting into the front seat and biting you, right? I don't know if you guys know anything about alligators, but they kind of just do whatever they want. So he seatbelts this dinosaur into the back seat. And then he gets into the front seat and he's like, I gotta make some money today. I stare at the wheel. Oh, I could get a job. And he goes, no time. Spent most of my day on that alligator thing. Projects. I could rob someone. And he goes, I could rob a place. Those places have more money than someone's. Rob a bank. And he goes, no. They'll be expecting that. Just thinking about it. And then he comes to the conclusion, Wendy's. They have money and chili. That's the place. So he drives his new alligator to Wendy's, okay? Pulls up to the drive-thru, and the lady at the drive-thru is like, hello, how can I help you today? And he goes, give me all the money. And she just looks right at him and goes, no. You didn't even come inside? You failed at this robbery. And the dude is so mad. He goes, give me the money in the register or I'll kill you. And she's from Florida, so she's not afraid of death or whatever. She looks down at him and she's like, no, if you had a gun, you would have shown it to me already. I call your bluff. Get out of here, crazy guy. Go. And he's seething mad at this point, furious. And he's like, you know what? I don't have a gun, but hold on. And then he palmed an alligator through the drive-thru window. Yup. He skipped so many steps in that robbery. If he had a list of things he was supposed to do, he would have thrown the alligator, looked down, and just been like, oh no! I was supposed to threaten her with the alligator first. By the way, can you imagine being her? Just telling this guy off, and he's like, you know what, I don't have a gun. And you're like, wow, nailed it. Really doing it today. And then he leans back and starts unbuckling the world's ugliest toddler. Like, hey, someone come and see this, is wild. And then you look back and an alligator is flying. Imagine being the car behind him. Sitting there with your girlfriend. Like, what takes so long to make burgers here? She's on her phone, you're like, do you even care? You look back from her, and then an alligator soars from window to window. Honey, get off your phone, they're throwing alligators into Wendy's. This guy is crazy. She's on her phone like, that doesn't make sense. They don't even serve alligators here. What? Why am I with you? So, this dude is sitting there, awkwardly, with no more alligators left to play in the robbery. Probably thinking to himself, oh, you think if I ask for my alligator back? Such a bad idea to throw it. He didn't even put a fanny pack on it. Like, maybe get some money while you're in there? I don't know. So, he drives off. Yeah, and he gets arrested immediately. He didn't even wear a mask. Yeah, he was like, I'm in Florida. People throw alligators. I'll probably get lost in the shuffle. No, he didn't. They remembered him. They arrested him pretty hard afterwards. The end of the article is true. It goes, no one was injured. The alligator was safely released back into the wild. And at the very end of the article, it read, no drug involvement suspected. Oh yeah, Florida? That was your sober plan? What does the non-sober plan look like? Do you ride a horse and the alligator throws you? What happens?
I'm pretty patriotic myself. Here's how patriotic I am. I am a vegetarian, but I love Kentucky Fried Chicken. I don't even eat it anymore. I just support it. Because we were poor when we got here. We couldn't eat out. First thing we ate out was Kentucky Fried Chicken. My dad went all out. He got the bucket of chicken, he got the biscuits, and he also bought the coleslaw. And if you've been eating coleslaw your whole life, maybe you don't know this, but it is disgusting. There's always somebody somewhere like, no, it's pretty good. Yeah, and people on a farm get used to the smell of poop. You can get used to horrible things. I don't know who thought that, like, you know what this salad needs to be? Wet. Let's make a wet salad. Should it be clear wet? No, it should be snotty wet. It should be the most disgusting thing. And see if people will eat it. So my dad noticed we weren't eating the coleslaw. He's like, hey, why is nobody eating that coleslaw? And we're like, Dad, it doesn't taste good. He's like, I don't care. You have to eat it. Because the white people eat it. And they cannot find out we're not white people. Like, they're gonna know when you talk. My dad's not gonna sneak past any of you. Where are you from, sir? Boston, Massachusetts. That's how he says Massachusetts.
You guys like having fun? Get yourself an empty bucket from the Colonel Sanders. There's more. Put a real live chicken in it. Go up to the window at KFC. Come here. Yeah, look, this chicken ain't done.
We'll start with nacho cheese, Cool Ranch in the fourth quarter. People love little red and green flecks on their taco shells at Christmas. I love it. I love everything I'm hearing.
We do have a set greeting, though. The greeting is scripted. You can't say hello your own way. You got to say it just like this. Welcome to Burger King, family. Take your order. Why don't you try it? You try it, young man. Okay, sir. Welcome to Burger King. What are you doing here? Well, not quite, but you'll get it. You know, if I go to Burger King, if I get an order of onion rings, there's always a couple of French fries mixed in there with them. Always, but if I get the French fries, there's never any onion rings mixed in there. Are they in the same pile or aren't they? I'm mystified by that. You ever line up with these places and you're hungry and you're in a hurry and you're watching the guy working back there, and by the way he's moving, you're pretty sure he's underwater. I get drowsy watching them work. I get up there, I'm falling asleep. I'll have a hamburger. What time is it? Sometimes I'll screw with the guy. I'll screw him, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna get a McWhopper. Yeah, McWhopper with mashed potatoes and a Heineken. The biggie Heineken. Supersize the biggie. You know what? Make it a Schlitz. Can I change my order? You ever try to change your order? Oh, man. They look at you like you asked them to rewire the Pentagon. We got a situation over here. We got a code red. Yeah, this man, he's not going to eat the things he said he would eat originally. What am I supposed to do now? Push the buttons. Show me which ones. Shift, Alt, Enter, Delete, Escape, Start over. Welcome to Burger King. What do you want? Get it right this time. This is hard. What I'm doing is hard. Burger King. They don't mind the special order, right? Extra pickle. That's their slogan. That's not their slogan. That's why I'm not in the slogan writing business. Have it your way. That's their slogan. Have it your way. That's still their slogan. You know what I like to do at Burger King? I go, you know what I want? I want a Whopper with cheese, but I want the top bun on the bottom and the bottom bun on the top. Yeah, that's my way. I want the top bun on the bottom and the bottom bun on the top. And don't just think you can flip it upside down. I know the difference. And I want you to cut it into 8 pieces like a pizza. I'm gonna eat it with a spork. You got sporks, I hope. A&W's got sporks.
I like Burger King better than McDonald's. Not because the food's any better, it's because I'm really immature. And every time I go to Burger King, I get an onion ring in my fries. That's a good day. You don't even know you got it until you get back to the table. You have your tray, you're like, oh, do you want to sit at this booth right here? Oh, that's fine. Oh, I didn't pay for this, did I? Who's the king now, huh? I'm gonna put it to the side, save it for later. Little ketchup circle of protection around it. Just the opposite. If you get a fry in your onion rings, you're a little mad about it, you know? It's a waste of space. You're up at the counter. Where's the manager? My crown falls off. I don't want to talk about it. Still fits.
I found this out while I was in Oklahoma. Did you know if you go through a drive-through fast food restaurant without a car, they'll get mad? This is a true story, y'all. Whenever I work a club-owned land, it's the club owner responsibility for my accommodations, and this club owner has put me up at a hotel that's right across the parking lot. Y'all notice I didn't say street, right? It's right across the parking lot from a Burger King, and I stumbled over there one night, midnight, 1 o'clock, after a show. I was a little bit inebriated, and okay, I won't lie to you, I was a bit inebriated. But I knew better than to drive, and I got to the Burger King, and the doors were locked, y'all, but that drive-through was open. I was just standing at the speaker. And that woman that lives in that box right there, she said, welcome to Burger King, may I take your order? I was like, yeah, I want a Whopper with cheese, and I want a small fry, and I want a Coke. And she said, are you in a car? I was like, I don't know, can you see me? She wouldn't serve me. Yeah, I had to hitchhike in the drive-thru. Oh, hey, dude. Could you take me to that first window right there? I can help with gas. He wouldn't do it. I had to get a taxi. $56 for a Whopper.
The other day, I wasn't feeling great about old Andrew Hobbs. You know, feeling pretty bad about myself. So I did something I regret. I went to Burger King. Yeah, I know. I regret it too. And I ordered my food, thinking like, I deserve this. This is what I asked for. Because I asked for it. And over the intercom, this little voice says, hey, for $1, would you like 2 cookies? Sorry, I get a little emotional with this one. And I told him, I've done nothing today to deserve 2 cookies. And I drive around to the window, and there he is, with 2 cookies. And he says to me, son, sometimes we all deserve 2 cookies. And I am here to tell you that the king of all burgers is a just and merciful king. And if we will but humble ourselves, he will provide.
Here's something that happened to me a while back that was half stupid, half just cracked me up. There's a town in Alabama that when I'm driving down to the Gulf of Mexico, you have to go through, and it's spelled really weird. It's spelled E-A-U-F-A-U-L-A. Has anybody ever heard of this? Probably. Well, for over 40 years, I've been going through this town, and I never learned how to pronounce it. It's driving me crazy. So I figured, you know what? Doggone it. Next time, I want to stop and get a local. That's the best way, isn't it? So get a local to teach me. So I stopped in the first building I could find, go in, sweet little lady behind the counter. I go, ma'am, you got to help me. Can you please tell me where I am and say it slowly so I'll understand? She's like, all right. Burger King. Thank you. I figured the E was silent.
I got a buddy, he's got them everywhere, right? Tattoos all the way up to his neck, 2 full sleeves, the works. He's always complaining to me, though, about not being able to get a job. He's like, I don't get it, man. I'm like, dude, what's not to get? You got a tattoo of a demon on your neck. You should have been smarter about this and gotten a tattoo of your resume. It's like, hey, check it out, shift lead at Burger King, 04 to 08. I dropped a couple French fries.
Anybody been pulled over recently and deserved it? Anybody do that? Nobody admits to it, see? I deserved it. It was my fault. I admit that it was my fault. I was driving by myself in the carpool lane, which is terrible. I was late to a gig and I took a shot. Got pulled over, got caught. Right? And my first instinct is to maybe make up a lie or just joke around with the police officer, see if I can get out of it, you know? But I couldn't come up with a lie for driving by myself in the carpool lane. So I just panicked and I was like, oh no, I left my baby at Burger King again? And I don't know why I said again. Like I do this all the time. Don't worry, officer, I know the drill. He laughed. He thought it was funny, but then he wrote me a ticket because that doesn't work, right? And I don't know what was gonna happen. Like, what was my end game on this? Like, my mind immediately goes to like worst case scenario, right? Like, I'm getting a police escort back to Burger King, and oh wait, I'm just praying there's an abandoned baby there that I can borrow for a few or whatever. Then I'm texting my friends like, drop your kid off at Burger King, quick. My uncle texts back immediately, yeah, I'll do it. Father of the year. But he only has a 17-year-old daughter, so that's not what I meant, you know what I mean? Me and the cop get out of the car, and she just goes, hey, daddy. This is gonna be way worse than a minor traffic infraction, I think. Take me home, daddy. Okay, shut your mouth, Rose.
I love advertising, especially when advertising is unintentionally funny. I'll give you an example. I'm driving by a Burger King, right? The Burger King sign reads, now hiring closers. But a windstorm had hit and the C had fallen off the sign. I gotta wait for the bad spellers on that joke.
Like, I remember the last date I was on, this was this woman, she started opening up, right? Like, not in a good way, emotionally. In a very unkind way. She's like, you know, when I was 8 years old, my dad went out to get hamburgers for the whole family and never came back. And I was like, oh my, those must have been some amazing hamburgers. Do you remember where he went? I want some. Did he Yelp it? We should find your father. Could you imagine a hamburger so good where you just leave your family? You just take one bite, I'm not going back. I won't go back. You gotta go back. What about your kids?
Chick-fil-A, they're required to say with pleasure or my pleasure to anything, everything. It's in their training. Can I have 2 straws? Here you go. Thank you. My pleasure. I think you're overestimating this transaction. Can't be your pleasure.
Oh no, I drive that car. I drive that Subaru around to a lot of stand-up comedy gigs, and so I'm driving a lot, and I'm constantly afraid that I'm gonna fall asleep at the wheel. Like I don't know if this happens to you guys, but I've tried everything. I get drowsy as soon as I start driving. So I've tried sunflower seeds. I've tried those little energy drinks, and nothing has worked until now. I figured out the best way to stay awake and alert. Before I drive anywhere, I stop at Jack in the Box. Yeah. And I order myself 2 dirty tacos. Yeah. The kind that are so greasy you can see through them. Because nothing keeps you on the edge of your seat. Like holding back diarrhea. You are awake and you are alert. It's crazy.
I do like exploring new places, and your community is no doubt. What a beautiful place. Listen, I get to go to some of the most beautiful places. Oh, I was in Mexico, right? And I've been there a bunch, but I've never had like Mexican cuisine because they don't have the chalupas and whatnot there. So I had to go. Like numero cuatro. And so I went to the taxi driver and I said, "Sir, please take me, por favor, to where the locals eat." And this fella took me to a Five Guys. Do you have Five Guys where you live? All right. Here's a little tip from me to you. Don't order the large French fry at Five Guys. It comes in a wheelbarrow. It's huge. That's the only French fry that's bad for your back. So I'm in this little town eating Idaho, pretty much. I'm eating this stuff. And this lady, bless her. I'm gonna describe this lady to you with love in my heart. She's leaving the Five Guys with a bag of Five Guys in each hand. And I'm thinking, that's like 10 guys, that's a lot of guys. It's a little math joke. I will describe her to you as my Nana would have described her, with love and respect in my heart. She was a big-boned woman. We on the same page? You know what I mean when I say big-boned woman? Now, full disclosure, I did not see any bones. But surely they were present. Some things we take on faith. She's leaving the Five Guys, bag of Five Guys in each hand. As she leaves, there was an incident. I'm trying to think how to make this friend. Oh. She had a blowout. Not sure what you're cheering for. She blew out her crock. You know what a crock is? Everybody knows a crock, like a foam rubber gardening slipper that 4-year-old white kids wear to the pool. Okay. The official shoe of Connor. You with me? Okay, right? I don't know what kind of load the crock is rated for. Now, load's an engineering word. I'm not being disrespectful. I don't know what that number is. But it was exceeded that day. Right there in the Cinco Hombres, right there. Thanks for digging my Spanish. Now, I don't know all the science words, but she made a move. I would call it a plant pivot. She was able to complete the maneuver just fine. The croc, not so much. It accepted the plant, resisted the pivot. And I guess the compression and the torsion and the shearing force and the friction I don't know. It turns into dust. There's croc dust in the air. That was preceded by a hissing noise. And she looked at me, I'm like, don't look at me, senor, that's all you. No, I'm wearing 2 shoes. You got a croc foot and a barefoot. But I try to be helpful. I said, so what you want to do maybe is cut back to, let's say, uno bag of 5 guys. Head over there to the Peso Less shoe store. I get some grown-up shoes.
So, do any of you guys go to In-N-Out Burger? You guys have heard of it? Yes! Oh my gosh, I love it. I'm from Minnesota where we don't have it, and I live in LA now, and I think it's super cool. And when my family was coming to visit, I wanted to impress them, so I was like, oh my gosh, you guys, we have to go to In-N-Out Burger. It's so cool. And I was amping them up. I was talking about it for months and months and months, and I was like, they have a secret menu. You have to know what's on the menu. They don't tell you. You have to know, you know? And I was just super excited, and they were super excited. So when the plane landed, I took them directly to In-N-Out Burger, and we get there. I'm so excited. They're so excited. We get in line, get up to the line, and I cannot remember the name of the secret menu item. Right? Do you guys know what it is? Animal style, right? I could not remember. So I'm in line, and my family's watching, and I'm just staring at this cashier, and I'm just like, we would like 4 burgers. Unicorn style? I stared at the cashier and he goes, okay. I was like, okay. And he was like, okay. I was like, okay. All right, we did it. This is great. We're doing it. Yes. He goes to make the burgers. My family's excited. 20 minutes go by. We get our burgers, and it's the same cashier made sure to deliver them to us. And he shoves this box of burgers towards us, and it's 4 burgers. And they each have just 1 French fry. Just shoved into the middle of the burger. And I'm looking at the cashier, and he's looking at me, and he's like, And I'm like, And he's like, And my family's like, why do people order it like this? I was like, I don't know, but this place is awesome.
I like crappy food too much. I love it. Love crappy food. I ate at a Sonic's today. I found the Sonic's. I thought it was a fictional restaurant just in commercials. I had to venture to Utah to find the one Sonic that they advertise nationwide. Come to the Sonic off of the 15 in Utah. New York City, come on down. Did it. I found a Sonic. Whew. Got them tots, got that shake, baby. Did it.
Love traveling. This never fails. Every time I go out of town, I always just go to a Subway. That's where I go. I could go anywhere, but I go to a Subway. I have one impression for you guys. I don't do a lot of impressions. This is my impression of somebody who works at Subway when you ask for a little mayonnaise. Someone that works at Subway when you ask for a little mayonnaise. You're gonna get mayonnaise, people. I figured out how to get a little mayonnaise at Subway. You asked for no mayonnaise. You're still gonna get a little squirt. Like, I don't want any mayonnaise on my sandwich, please. You're still gonna try to squeak it in there. I swear, I was at a Subway a couple weeks ago. I ordered my sandwich. I'm like, look, buddy, I don't want any mayonnaise. I don't like the mayonnaise. It was a young kid working the counter, so he's like, I'm like, no. I reach around and sneeze. No. And I swear to you, he turned around to a camera behind him. And I was mad at first, but then I looked at my sandwich, spelled in the mayonnaise, it said, help me, something's going on!
A couple of summers back, I was in high school and I'm looking for just like a crappy summer job, you know, something to just hold me over. And you have like the jobs you want, and then you have like the Subway tier, I call it. It works on two levels because Subways are below the ground and because the restaurant Subway is not a place you want to work. Why it's called the Subway tier. Anyway.
Did you guys see the Subway? They say their chicken's only 50-50. Did you see that? Only 50% chicken, the other 50% whatever. You see that? I love Subway. I go to Subway. Let me tell you something. I'm all about Subway. I love Subway. But remember Jared from Subway? He lost 200 lbs on the Subway diet. He dropped 200 pounds on the Subway diet, as I emphasize it by hitting my leg. He lost. How do you do that? You can't do that now. That was back when Subway was just turkey on wheat. But not anymore. It's delicious. You been to Subway lately? They got the Philly cheesesteak. They got the sweet onion chicken teriyaki. Oh my gosh, that is good. On honey oat? You think Pound Cake's ordering that? You're doggone right, that's what the Pound Cake's ordering. The sweet onion chicken teriyaki, they take that, they put the sauce on there. It's amazing, but here's my problem with going to Subway. Come on, man. Hook me up. I feel like I'm begging. You still have to go through that line to get what you want on your sandwich. I was at Subway earlier today. What would you like on your sandwich? I said, I want some lettuce, please. I feel like I'm having the back. Can I get a little more? It's like, what'd you bring the head of lettuce from your house? What are you doing? Is this your personal stash of lettuce? Give me a glob of lettuce. Hook me up. As for the sweet onion teriyaki sauce, they go, drizzle? You think I want, look at me. Do I want a drizzle of sweet onion chicken teriyaki sauce? Hit me hard. When you go for the lettuce, you're doing, I feel like I'm playing blackjack and like, hit me. How about you split these and double down? Will you do that for me, please? And here's the other situation. If you work at Subway, you're not an artist, but I'll call you one. If that's what you want to be. You're an artist, but do me a favor. Won't you make my sandwich the way you make your personal employee sandwich? Because I know what's happening back there. I know when you make your employee sandwich, you're doing it upright. But when you see this dude in there using his points card, you got a problem with that. You're getting all skippy on that. And you know you've got old employees sitting back there double hitting the bacon, extra mayonnaise. Hey, fatty, won't you make your sandwich the way you make mine, man? I got a lot of attitude about Subway. I don't know what happened. I apologize, guys, but sometimes it just comes from the heart. I don't know my legs. I'm doing Elvis.
My wife's family's rich. They're loaded. My wife has an aunt that she's a multimillionaire. She bought a mansion in San Diego that she's not even going to live in for 5 to 10 years. She just bought this mansion for later, for another time. Not now. That's hard to relate to, okay? I can kind of relate to it a little bit, because sometimes I go to Subway, and I get a foot-long sandwich, and I eat half, right? Just half. And then I save the other half for later, for another time. Not now. That is a for later sandwich. You guys are fun.
I have tried a lot of foods. I tried to eat at Subway 9 days in a row. You ever do that?
don't do that. I had a moment of clarity with Subway. After 9 days, I figured out that all the meat's the same. They just have a guy that spray paints in different colors in the back. True story. 1 kind of meat, 40 kinds of bread, though. Which that can't be true, right? I think there's 2 kinds of bread. I think there's white and wheat. Everything else is something they made up that day. They get all excited. Try our new bread of the week, bedazzled pumpernickel. Why is it sparkling? Or it's a grain, you want 9 grain, 20 grain, you want 40 grain bread? Pretty soon it's just gonna be wood, right? Yeah, can I get a 6-inch turkey on, is that cedar? Foot-long roast beef on bamboo. Yeah, I want it toasted and varnished. Give it a good shellacking.
All right, you know what? Let's do a little crowd work, huh? That's an important skill for a comedian to have. So why don't I flex my crowd work muscle real quick here? What do you do for a living? Online fitness guy. Don't have anything for that. Okay. All right. What about you, buddy? Where do you work? Electrical engineering? No. No. What? Okay, nah, I don't have any attorney stuff. Does nobody work at Subway? Seriously? Nobody works at Subway? All right, you know what? Forget it. We're gonna edit this out. No one worked at Subway. You guys ruined it. That's fine. We're gonna move on. We'll move on. What else? What else? Oh, I was at Subway the other day. Not a fan of Subway. Let me tell you what happened. I went in there, ordered my sandwich, ordered an M&M cookie. It's a good cookie. The guy gave me my cookie. It had 1 M&M in it. That is literally the least amount of M&Ms that you can put in a cookie and still legally call it an M&M cookie. And at first I thought, oh, maybe it's a mistake. Then I realized it's not a mistake at all. They know exactly what they're doing because I replayed the conversation in my head. I said, can I get an M&M cookie? And the guy goes, 1 M&M cookie? Not cool, not cool. It's dishonest.
No, I'm married. I want to stay married. I had my anniversary last October. I took my bride out to one of those restaurants where they make the food there right in front of you. Subway.
It was hard, man. I used to work at McDonald's. It's a terrible job, but people used to complain all the time at McDonald's. Can we agree as a room? Any complaint that you have at McDonald's can be answered with, it's McDonald's. Right? You know what you signed up for, right? Diarrhea. Why are you writing letters? What's going on? People get upset at me. They get really upset. They're like, sir, excuse me? I'm like, you don't have to call me sir, okay? I'm a child. Like, sir, excuse me, but somebody's taking a shower in the urinal. Okay? I just thought you should know that. I'm like, yeah, it's McDonald's. This ain't Chick-fil-A, right? Yeah, it's not my pleasure to be here. I'm a hostage, okay? I feel like that should be their slogan, right? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, this ain't Chick-fil-A. You want ice cream? Psych, our machine's broken. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I took this young lady out to go get something to eat. She really wasn't that cute, I'm gonna be honest. So we end up at McDonald's. Don't judge me, sir. You didn't see her, okay? You don't know. You don't know what I had to go through, all right? At the time, my car didn't exist. I was broke. I didn't have one. I didn't know. It didn't. She was driving. We pull up to the drive-thru. It was a very romantic drive-thru. It was very well lit and everything. We could see each other perfectly. She orders her food, but dude couldn't hear her. He said, "Excuse me, ma'am, can you speak up?" That's all he said to her. She went completely nuts for no reason. Started yelling immediately. How did you get a job? I know your mama don't love you. I said pickles, nerd. She went nuts. After she gets finished cussing out the McDonald's drive-thru dude, she gonna turn to me talking about, so Mike, what you wanna get? Wendy's now? I'm not ordering from this dude. Why would you yell at him like that? I seen this movie. It don't work out for us in there. You gotta drop me off, guy. Drop me off. I'm not going nowhere with you. Drop me off.
Food is getting crazy out of control. Like this happened to me a couple weeks ago. I went to a McDonald's. They have salt shakers on the tables at McDonald's. Who's eating McDonald's going, you know what this needs? It's a little bit more salt, yeah. Really taste it on me.
I think the hardest part traveling and being a comic, and it's more about what you eat. It's eating healthy. And the fast food industry it's cheap, it's right there on the highway. So it's hard to resist. It's the only industry in the world, by the way, that could treat you like garbage repeatedly and you still go back. Bad experience at a car dealership, insurance company, you don't go back there, but everyone in here has a fast food horror story, even back to that same location. Pretty happy about it. I got a Big Mac at the drive-thru, right? Not a hard order, not complicated. There's a couple layers, maybe an assembly line process. Before I get back on the highway, I reach over. It's really thin from my Big Mac experience. I pick it up. No meat. Yeah, that's a big part of the Mac. The meat. So now I have this dilemma. Do I go back inside and argue for my grade F beef? They actually made the sandwich healthier. I have a 1,000 Island lettuce sandwich. The answer is yes. You go back inside. You talk to the manager, Ted. Ted, this is embarrassing for both of us. I got no meat in my sandwich. The response I got from Ted, the manager, with a straight face was, are you sure? No, Ted, this is the big scam I got running right now. I'm stealing patties from fast food places. If you could pick it up, I got 60 in the car. I got a Wendy's to knock off, 2 exits down. I am the Hamburglar.
I think it's good to get fat shamed like that, though, sometimes. Like, I think that's how we could help with childhood obesity. Here's my idea. I think McDonald's should make the play place into a giant model of the human heart. That way when the fat kid gets stuck in the aorta slide, he'll know what he has to look forward to later in life. It'll be good for him. He'll have an epiphany in there. Be like, yeah, I gotta change some things. Cancel those nuggets, Mom. I'm all stuck up in here.
My oldest child, when he was 5 years old, man, we had a fun time. We went to McDonald's, and the manager was just having a bad day, right? You could tell that. It's like this, can I take your order? Just mad. And it doesn't take me any time at all to process, I'm gonna mess with this person. And so there I am, my 5-year-old kid, we're trying to get something to eat at McDonald's. And this guy's all mad and ragey. And I said, yeah, I'll take, the big and tasty, whatever meal I was getting that day. And let me ask my son what he wants. And that's gibberish, just so you know. I have no idea. I was a small child when we left Iran. And I never coached him into this. I just thought it'd be funny if I did that. And he looked at me and goes, because he wanted to one-up me. Just until he hyperventilated,
finally stopped. He wants a cheeseburger, Happy Meal, ketchup only.
For real?
I guess it's a hard language. What can My dad doesn't email me at all because, he can't find the reki or the reki.
Did you guys see this? McDonald's announced they will no longer be using styrofoam. They'll be using cardboard. I'm thinking sooner or later, they're going to have to use meat. Wow, apparently McDonald's fans in here. I'm sorry.
Like, I like going to McDonald's. That's a tough thing. Fast food, man, that is tough. Sometimes I go to McDonald's, I don't even buy anything. It's the dopest way to go, by the way, on a full stomach. I walk into McDonald's, and sometimes I just look at the menu. I watch it flip over from breakfast to lunch to dinner. A tear comes to my eyes. Do you need anything, sir? No, y'all brought back the McRib. I didn't know y'all gonna do that. I follow y'all on Twitter. Y'all didn't send that one out. Just kind of caught me off guard. The sandwich has no bones. There's ribs with no bones. It's made by Jesus. That's what that sandwich is for. It's incredible. So now they put the calorie count in the McDonald's menu. It's supposed to make you feel bad about eating McDonald's. I can't believe I've been eating all these calories. Oh. Personally, I like they put the calorie count in the McDonald's menu because now I know when I'm getting banged for my buck. You know what I mean? I order whatever has the most calories in it. That's the way I work the menu. I was like, I only got $2. Let me get the 2 double cheeseburgers. Yeah, it's got the most calories. Yeah, it's a trick I learned in jail. Watch your boy. Let me get the 2 double cheeseburgers. Do you want a fish sandwich? No, I want a fish. Get that fish sandwich out of here. Who's ordering seafood at McDonald's? Fish. It's not even real fish. It's a fish substance patty that they make with tools and paper mache. That fish sandwich out of here. Ordering seafood at McDonald's. Who goes to McDonald's for seafood? Come on. You ever been sitting at home? Oh, I could go for some fish. Ooh, McDonald's got fish sandwich on the dollar menu, so it's a fish. No, it's not even real fish. You ever look behind the McDonald's counter? You ever see iron chefs back there filleting fish, scaling fish? Where's the fish coming from, huh? Glitter, tools, paper mache. Telling you, McDonald's doesn't hire fishermen. I've never seen that sign in the window. Wanted, now inquire within, looking for a cashier and a fly fisherman, holding tryouts on Monday, bring your own pole. No, they don't need fishermen because they make the fish in Japan in between sweatshop shifts at the Nike factory. And they email the fish here. You enjoy the fish. Just don't die, because if you die, they'll blame it on the fish. How'd he die? Oh, he died underneath a heap of Filet-O-Fish, man. That's what he should have done. Should have got it at the farmer's market like me, man. He'd have been still here, but, gluten took him out. What it is.
Staying like this McDonald's in LA not too long ago. The kid working behind the counter had his pants pulled down a little bit. He had this bandana hanging out of his pocket, his McDonald's work hat tipped around the side. I said, who you with, man? The McCrips?
But I had a little bit of that food. I'm content, though, because I stopped and had the best meal of my life. I stopped and had some McDonald's. That's so. I don't think any adult eats McDonald's nowadays, and when they're done eating it, they're like, that was delicious. I think even when kids eat McDonald's, they're like, my stomach hurts. But I want to go back tomorrow, right? What is in it? McDonald's is the only food you eat and you know you messed up when it's in your throat. It doesn't even have to get to your stomach. You're like, I gotta start making McSteaks. What is this? I don't care what fast food I eat. If I order French fries, I have to eat every fry. Like, I get depressed if the fries start running out. Like, I reach in the bag, I'm like, I know there was more fries in this bag. Where's the rest of those fries? Then I move the napkin out the way and I find that one little burnt piece of crunchy fry. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about, baby, right there. My meal is complete, right? Before today, I haven't been to McDonald's in like 6 or 7 months, and I was cleaning out my car, and I found some French fries in between the seats. Yes, and the fries look better than they did the day that I bought them. I was like, how is there no bacteria on these fries?
You know how bad of a food you have to be for mold to be like, I don't eat that. That's a horrible food. Someone was like, did you eat the fries? I did lick one of them, it was still salty. I didn't eat it though. I was like, this is super salt. How is it still there? I was telling one of my friends about that on the way here. I was like, yo, I found french fries in between my seats. She was like, you found french fries? She was like, I found a burger in between my seats. I was like, a burger? I was like, what, like a wrapped up burger? She was like, no, just a patty. I said, who loses a burger patty in between their seats? How dirty is your car that you can lose a patty? I've never once went to McDonald's and was eating a cheeseburger and the meat fell from between the bun. And I just kept eating it like, oh, I guess this is just a ketchup, onion, cheese, mustard, pickle sandwich. How do you lose the patty?
I went to McDonald's up the street and I went to the drive-thru and I got like a number 2 and I got up to the window and this rather large lady leaned out. She goes, $5.85. I was like, at least. Oh, whatever. I always do stuff like that.
I'll never be able to lose the weight that I want to lose as long as McDonald's keep randomly coming out with the McRib. I can't turn that down, and I'm ashamed of it. I've never loved a more indescribable piece of meat before in my life. You ever see a McRib? It's a creepy sandwich. Buy one. Take the bun off of it. See if you don't get creeped out. Comes out random times. Every 6 years, the McRib is back. I'm pretty sure there's someone in the back McDonald's warehouse like, man, we just found 8 more boxes of McRibs. What's the expiration date? 1984. Get it out! It's still good. People try to defend it. It's boneless, but they made it look like it's got bones. It's creepy. If the McRib was a human being, he'd be a pedophile. That's how creepy it is. Just hopping out of bushes. Ba-da-ta-ta-ta.
Oh, and I have a lot of fat jokes. I don't have a problem with fat people. I have a problem with people who make excuses, right? There's nothing I could have done differently to be not a freak of nature, right? You know, I'm not fat, I'm big boned. I'm big boned, okay? They're gonna find my skeleton and think it was a T-Rex. I have a glandular problem. But McDonald's is not a gland. Mom. And I know she's gonna watch this special and just be like, I could go for a McGland right now. Dip that in a little barbecue, a little McGland. Like I said, we went to Italy. First time in Europe. It was fun. There's a lot of things that people don't really know about. At least I didn't. For one, almost everybody in Europe smokes. All the time. It was raining. This was a very common occurrence. We had people would be riding a bike while holding an umbrella and a cigarette in the other hand. And we're just looking out of the McDonald's window like, that's so unhealthy. And I know a lot of people who have been to Italy get really angry when I tell them that we went to McDonald's. But I had to have it. I had to have some, that's the American embassy right there, McDonald's. All that great food choices, I'm like, no, I'm gonna go with Mickey D's, okay? And we're just, we almost missed our train to Venice because of how badly I wanted to try Italian McDonald's. It was an honest mistake.
Here's my problem. Like I said, I have a hard time talking to people, like, just in general, right? I have you ever have like the word mumbles? You know what I'm talking about? Like, I think I'm gonna say something, but by the time it hits my mouth, it's all scrambled up and weird, right? Like, I think I'm gonna go up to a girl and hit on her and be like, hey, girl. Did you get that face at McDonald's? Because I'm loving it. What happens is, I walk up to the lady, I'm like, hey, your face looks like a chicken McNugget. I got honey mustard in the truck. You want to take a dip?
I just felt happy around her. Like I felt around her how I do around cake. That's all. Which that's the benefit of food over people, because you can tell food.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like our videos and subscribe to the channel if you love our content. See you next time.